Chapter 62. Don't be ridiculous, Aaliyah said. Nobody in this van is a traitor. Oh no? Jimmy shot back. Then tell me why exactly there was a strike team waiting on us back there. We were on the move again, speeding away from the explosion. We couldn't stop, not even to argue. Not until we were far, far away from Nashville and the swarm of government agents that were about to descend on the Kendall Food Services distribution center. Jimmy was driving, and the rest of us sat in the back on the benches. They were guarding the C4, Aaliyah said. They were there in case somebody like us did come along, that's all. Dane shook his head.
Jimmy's right. There were too many of them. You don't leave 12 armed and armored terrorists in a warehouse to guard hidden boxes of C4. They would be easier to spot than the explosives.
And they were lying in wait for us, Jimmy said. Because they knew. I'm telling you, man, they knew we were coming. Jimmy's opinion I could discount, but not Dane's. I looked at him, but he just sat there like a statue. And just which one of us do you think told them? Aaliyah said. Oh, I don't know, Jimmy said. How about the ex-Green Beret who got drummed out of the service on an other-than-honorable discharge and still holds a grudge? Other than honorable discharge? Dane? I knew that if you retired from the military after your full tour of duty with a good or excellent rating, you got an honorable discharge. If you weren't around long enough and had to leave for something like medical reasons, you got a general discharge. That was still fine. But to get an other-than-honorable conditions discharge meant you did something wrong and got kicked out of the Army. Sometimes something really wrong, like fighting or doing drugs or stealing. It was worse than never joining the military in the first place. It was a black mark on your life you never got rid of. You were stripped of your rank, you lost all your veterans' benefits, and it made it way harder to get a job. Had that really happened to Dane? Had he done something bad and been thrown out of the Army? I couldn't believe it. Dane was a rock. But if he was so good, why wasn't he a Green Beret anymore? That's right, Jimmy said. You think I didn't hack into all your files before I took this gig? I know everybody's dirty little secrets. The air in the van felt like it had just gotten 10 degrees colder. Dane turned his head as slow as an owl watching a mouse crawl by.
Don't,
he told Jimmy. What about you? Aaliyah said to Jimmy. You're the one of us who's only in this for the money. Yeah, Jimmy said, which begs the question, why are you really in it? That was a very touching story you told back there about loving America and Justin Timberlake. Jimmy looked at me in the rearview mirror. What Aaliyah neglected to mention is that she's Jordanian. That's why she can only be an independent contractor for the CIA. She's not an American citizen. She grew up in the Middle East. She's an Arab princess. I am not a princess, Aaliyah said. Yes, I am distantly related to the Jordanian royal family. Very distantly. But I'm doing this for exactly the reasons I told Cameron. I'm doing it to make the world better. Just because she's from the Middle East doesn't mean anything, I said, bristling. My mom's from Iran. You think that makes me a traitor too? I don't know, Jimmy said. For all we know, your brother's jerking us all around, and you're in on it with him, like those brothers up in Boston. I scrambled for the front seat. To do what I didn't know, punch him, hurt him, strangle him. I was blind with rage. I thought of my classmates, the people in my neighborhood, the media. Right at that moment, Jimmy was a stand-in for everybody who'd ever called me a name or thought I was a terrorist just because I was Persian. If I'd done anything to Jimmy, he would have lost control of the van and we'd all have been killed, but Dane held me back. Jimmy's phone beeped in the cup holder beside him. He snatched it up angrily to read a text. It's Mickey, he said. He wants to talk.
Pull over somewhere,
Dane said. I still struggled in his arms, but we both knew I wasn't going anywhere.
Make the call,
he told Jimmy.